Hi guys, Megan here, faithful fibromyalgia warrior. Thanks for coming back to my channel. My last official day, well, for my husband and I in New York City. It has been a great 2 weeks. Once I figured out how I could try to help myself adjust to the differences in the air and water and food qualities, I was a much happier person. Now, if you are from North America, if you are from the States, don't worry about it. You'll be completely used to it, how they treat the water, including any added fluoride and any other chemicals they add to soften the water. You'll be fine because you're used to it. It's what you have where you live. And in Canada even, although Toronto, definitely not, but there are quite a few places that I think still have some degree of fluoride added to the water, or people soften their water. Okay, which to affect the taste and the appearance of the water. It's not poisonous per se, like it's not, if you drink it, you won't die from it, okay? It's not unclean water, but it's not what I'm used to. Back in England, I'm used to hard water, which means they treat it with chloride, and that's it. We don't have anything added to affect the taste or the color of the water. It's just clean, like it's treated, so it's not raw sewage, obviously. And then after that, that's it. Any other chemicals that are in there, any other minerals that are in there are what occurs naturally. And so that's what I'm used to, and I've gotten used to for 14 years. So to come here and have water that has been softened, my body was not used to it. But if you'll notice, my skin is almost completely cleared up now. Finally, I drink a lot of bottled water, very limited tap water, and that seems to be helping my guts adjust a little bit better. And as far as the air quality, well, it's a difference between living in a country, well, not even England, like the United Kingdom in total is 80 million people. There are 700 million people plus that live in the United States. You got way more people, you got way more cars, buses, vehicles being driven, so you've got more fumes in the air, right? It's going to affect the air quality. Makes perfect sense. It is not heavy, is not the smog is not as bad here as places, say, like Los Angeles, for example. So again, it is simply a difference between living in a place that has very, very low buildings, far less people, far less vehicles, therefore far less pollution, where I live in England, which is just actually north and east of London. So the air's going to be cleaner. The water isn't softened and therefore additionally treated after it's cleaned, right? So it's made non-poisonous. And the food standards are different for Europe than they are for North America. Once my body started to get adjusted and get used to it, much better place. But you know what? It has been an amazing 2 weeks. As I shared in one of my other videos, I have two sons. The older one is back home in England, keeping an eye on the house, looking after the dogs, etc. The younger one moved back to Canada 2 years ago. He came down and joined us for 5 days. We got to spend St. Patrick's Day together. It was very cool. So we have had him visit. I've walked along Canal Street in Chinatown. My husband and I went to a live recording of The Daily Show. We walked past the Ed Sullivan Theater. We went to Fogo de Chao twice, which was so worth it. Oh my gosh, the steaks through the roof. Don't think they exist. Well, I know they do not exist in Canada. They do not exist in Europe or the UK. But if you are lucky enough to live somewhere that has one, oh my gosh, I'm jealous. The steaks, oh, carnivore heaven. And I realize, you know, you can't afford to eat at Fogo de Chao every single day. But if you get the chance, definitely take it. Think of me. Feel sorry for me because we don't have that. Anyways, it was amazing. We have been walking around in the World Trade Center area. We are going to be going up the Freedom Tower today, sort of after dinner is our sort of last evening here. We have, what else have we done? We did go to Central Park. We did not rent bikes, too expensive. And a lot of, you know, it there was just a whole timing issue. So we didn't do that, but we did go, which was amazing. I've done a lot of walking around. I have walked across the Brooklyn Bridge 4 times. 4 times. Yes, the scenery is amazing, but more so for me, I'm so used to being able to do, you know, easily 7 to 12 miles a day. And I'm on holiday, but I also enjoy the walking and the energy and the exercise with, you know, fairly low stress on my body. So for me, it was no win. Went out, weather was great, got some good walking in. It was amazing. So if you can, definitely walk. If you get a chance to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, totally do it. It is so worthwhile if you come here. And we've just had these great moments. You know, we walked past the Ed Sullivan Theater the other day. We had lunch one day close to Carnegie Hall. So we've been able to see some of these different areas, and it was really cool. And actually, my husband and I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, went down to Dumbo, and we ended up having dinner in Brooklyn, which was awesome. So we've seen a little bit of everything, more or less. We took with my son and his friend, we took the Staten Island ferry so that we could, you know, go around, see the Statue of Liberty. And it has been fantastic. I've spent quite a bit of time out at the City Hall Park, right by City Hall. We walked, you know, kind of past Wall Street and through the financial district, and just, it's been a super cool experience. And so, like I sort of said in my last video, if you are from somewhere where your water is not softened and treated to be softened, okay? If you're used to hard water, if you're from somewhere, even Canada, we have, what, I think 36 million people in the whole entire country. I believe that's correct. In the whole entire country. So we are used to a lot less pollution, more fresh open air. So if you're coming from Canada or Europe, okay, to the US, which has massive population, yeah, the air quality is going to be different. Not to say anything negative about the States. It's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, if you're not used to it, you may react. If you're hypersensitive like I am, okay, if you deal with rosacea or eczema or other skin conditions, you may find it like explosively flares up when you first arrive, because it is a huge difference. And it's invisible. It's not like you can put your hand out and say, oh, there, I'm pushing back on the air pollution, or I'm pushing back, I can physically push back on the water I drink. Not easily. But don't let that stop you, please, from coming to visit. New York City is so cool. Every person we've had any interactions with has been amazing. Super friendly, happy to help, so proud of their city, as they should be. It has been amazing, so cool. And I would definitely come back. Maybe I'd come back in the summer, you know, when it's a little bit more consistently warm. But you know what? Overall, it's been pretty, we had one day of rain, which I think was, I'm trying to remember if that was a Saturday or Sunday. That's it. It's been fantastic otherwise. So we fly early tomorrow morning. We're heading up to Toronto to see family for Easter. And from there, we're down to New Orleans for just over a week. So that is going to be cool. Never, ever been. Always wanted to travel there. Never been. And it will definitely be a bit warmer. So it makes me glad that I did pack some shorts and t-shirts for that part of the trip. And then after that, I fly back home to England. My husband has a few more work conferences to take care of, and then he's back as well for a little bit. I just wanted to share this update, and thank you guys for all your support and all your commentary. Letting me know what you guys have been up to, what you're doing. I continue to take iodine drops every day, which I know is definitely helping. I have way more energy. I'm enjoying this trip far more. I think just because I have that energy that continues, and it's amazing. And just being able to get out and walk and want to do different things, even if it was just on my own, it's been pretty incredible. So this is the closing segment. This is the final bit, the closing chapter, if you will, on the New York part of the trip. And thank you guys so much. I have really, really enjoyed being here. It has been such a fun place to visit. Very cool. Lots of great stuff to do. Again, like I said, if I come back, I would probably try to time it when it's much warmer, because then if you want, you sit outside and you enjoy the day and you don't freeze your butt off after 10 minutes, which did happen a few times. I think I definitely look like a bit of a nut job sitting in City Hall Park, and it was 5 degrees, and I had, you know, my decaf coffee with me, which is great. It made me feel nice and warm on the inside. And then eventually I sort of cooled off. But just sitting there and reading my Kindle when everyone else is moving and staying in motion and bundled up, and I'm sitting there, just a jacket, no hat, no gloves, just reading on a day that was actually relatively cold. It was only like 5 or 6 degrees Celsius, which is not super warm. But there you go. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Before I forget, additionally, and I mentioned it in the previous video, but I was interviewed by Carnivore Today, and that was loads of fun, and that should be coming out in a couple of weeks. But even if I wasn't interviewed, check out the channel. It's got so much amazing content and live streams as well as pre-recorded. Also check out Kerry Mann on HomsteadHow. He does some great content, interviews. His daughters come on as well, and they're keto and carnivore. Just a fantastic transformation story of health for all of them. And their project, Healing Humanity, is still a work in progress, and likely the documentary won't be completed and ready till next year. But check out their videos in the meantime. There are so many people who have shared transformative stories of healing. And these guys are cool. They're just great guys, thankful for the changes that they've had in their own health. And they just want to share it with as many people as possible, which I think is amazing, which is what I want to do, which is probably what you guys are doing. So definitely check those guys out. But that's it from me from New York City. I may or may not have content when I go up and visit family. I say may or may not. I may be moved and inspired, and God might be like, you have to say something. You know, those moments happen. But I'm also going to be with family. So I may not. But I will definitely be sharing updates from New Orleans, Louisiana, which I'm super excited for. So if not over this weekend, then soon, then after April 1st, because that's when we fly to New Orleans, I will definitely be updating more content. Until then, guys, have an amazing Easter weekend. I hope you're all encouraged and inspired in your faith, and you guys just have amazing times with your family, with your friends and loved ones. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.